whispering of the wind. Awaken as the silence grows in the solitude of the night. Darkness spreads through all the land, and your weary eyes open silently. Sunsets have forsaken all and must open their eyes now. Nightmares come when shadows grow. Eyes close and heartbeat slow. Fear not this night, you will not go astray. Though shadows fall, still the stars find their way, and you can always be strong. Lift your voice with the first light of dawn. Dawn is just a heartbeat away. Hope is just a sunrise away. Distant sound of melodies dawning through the night to your heart. Auroras, mists, and echoes dance in the solitude of our life. Pleading silent arias, gently grieving in captive misery. Darkness sings a violent song, yet our hope can still rise up. Nightmares come when shadows roam. Lift your voice, lift your heart. Fear not this night, you will not go astray. Though shadows fall, still the stars find their way. And though the night sky is filled with blackness, fear not reason. Hold out and take my hand. Fear not this night, you will not go astray. Though shadows fall, fear not this night, you will not go astray. Though shadows fall, and you can always be strong. Lift your voice with the first light of dawn. Dawn is just a heartbeat away. Hope is just a sunrise away.
Hey y'all, it's March 2017 and welcome to Community Showcase Live. It's great to have you here, joining us for another month of terrific fan art and great everything that we can bring you as far as videos and music. And speaking of that, let's first talk about that music. That was our signature piece, Fear Not This Night, and it was sung by Freya Catherine. She uploaded that in 2015 onto our Tumblr page, and I think has done a couple of other versions of it, which are available on YouTube. So I think she did a wonderful job. It's a great song, and so glad to feature that. And so glad to have my guest this month. This is Mr. Bobby Stein from long history with Guild Wars 2 and with ArenaNet. And Bobby, tell us about yourself.
Sure. I'm a narrative lead. I've been with the company for a little more than 11 years.
Yeah.
And I work with different teams to kind of solidify what the story is going to be, and then work with people to write it, implement it, present it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. Work with a lot of really awesome people here. So
it's got to be an amazing job, and multifaceted too, because you're looking at like, where do we go with Living World? Where do we go with
that's a lot of the discussions we have is where is the story at? What led into it? Where can we go from there? And what other ways can we tell the story in the game?
Yeah.
So it's fun. There's a lot of variety to it. But the fact that it all has to take place in this universe, and we really need to finish up some of the stories that we've got going, it gives us the kind of constraints that I think writers really need.
Yeah, I've been loving Living World Season 3. Been loving the things that we've been talking about, and the people we've brought back, and the stories that we've wrapped up. Little stories and larger ones as well. And I can't wait for more of Living World, and then the expansion pack. It's going to be so fun. So good.
Next, the next episodes are going to be interesting, and what reveals come, and I think we're really interested to see what fans think about it. There's a lot of theories
tell
out
us
there.
What's coming? But no, I never get anything out of these guys, but I do try for you. I do try. Well, let's get into some fan art here. I think we have a wonderful selection this month, and we want to show you our first piece here. This is Bunny by Kai7. And this is pretty darn cute. Kai writes that Bunny loves to barbecue with her flamethrower. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, wouldn't want to mess with that one.
No, I like the juxtaposition of the innocent little face and then that massive weapon.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
Really love how the colors pop too.
It's true. Yeah, they really do. It's a great choice. Great choice. And bunny ears on a bunny-eared kind of creature? Like, what did you say? That's like going for the char thing?
Yes, a little hints of char, 4 ears, that kind of thing. There's also something a little bit like holiday festive about the color.
That's true.
Color choice.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, super nice. Thank you for submitting that. Next one here is a Norn Engineer. It's by Michelle Moniz, and it's a commission work. Player asked, I'd like to have my character portrayed in the Shiver Peaks, which is probably my favorite area of the game, so I'm well on board with that. Really like how the mix between the graphic novel presentation, but first time I looked at it, I was thinking it harks back to medieval art, because if you look in the corner, there's this little gargoyle, and he's kind of cowering, and I just thought that there was a really nice blend there.
Yeah, it's a cool image, and it's almost that the shape of it reminds me almost of a snow globe. I think also the mountains and I can't tell if that's a river behind or if that's snow, but yeah, it's a pretty neat image.
It really does look like a snow globe. It would be a wonderful snow globe. Love the idea. This next one, oh, here we go. Well, maybe we don't go. Here we go. It's Lady Wisteria Wiskington by Gears to Gnomes. This creature has gotten so much.
Creature, huh?
Yeah, well, I hesitate to call her a kitty because she's like some kind of abomination.
I want to hurt her feelings.
Well, that's true.
Although, being the winner of the Fancy Cat competition, it may have gone to her head. Obviously, she has a very large head.
Fancy Cat under suspicious circumstances. Come on.
You think it was rigged?
I've seen the number 2 placement. No, come on. I mean, there's no way. There's something going on there.
It's so funny, too, because that's all. I mean, fans had put together audio that they had mine in the game about the
Oh.
fancy cat competition that was originally intended for season 1 but never got.
Oh.
I think it was season 1, but never got made.
Hmm.
It was sort of the thing that led Lord Farron to be in South Sun Cove for the. God, that's going all the way back to like I don't know November
That's
of 2012 or
wonderful.
something. Anyway, yeah, that was actually a side story that was supposed to happen before Farron got to South Sun, and everybody wanted Chauncey to win.
Of
Lady Wisteria
course.
won. There was a bit of a riot, and we wrote and recorded. Peter and I think Matthew Medina had a large part. I think it was Matthew Medina had a large part in kind of figuring all this stuff out. And Peter wrote this whole script, and we got it all recorded. And there just wasn't time to actually build the competition. So Andrew on the Living World team was so happy to find some of those resources and get it into the episode. That's why. So yeah, in the last Living World episode, there's a
That's
lot of that
terrific.
hints of those things in
Yeah.
there. So yeah, Wisteria is hilarious.
Yeah,
And that's
that is
I like that
great.
picture. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's great. I like that Wisteria is a commander, sporting
Yeah.
the commander tag. And that, let's see, what did Gears say? Gears points out this image presents a truly terrifying notion that there is no escaping Pocky. I don't know who Pocky is, but okay. Oh, right, game reference. Okay, right. Here we go. Followed by Night is the name of this piece. It's by KFT. I really like this story. The artist wanted to play a Kodan character, but adopted this NPC instead. Says that she is the mother of the cub for whom the Lost Child Sorrow Camp was named. The small excerpt about her character is something the artist has thought about often, and it has been important to the development of their own character. It's like they've taken that story to heart
Yeah.
in creating their own characters.
I always love seeing fans put together their own creations that are inspired by what we do,
Yeah.
whether it's fanfic or fan art or anything.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. I really like the. I'm not an artist, but I really do like the expression on the Coden's face, and
It's-
I understand hands are hard to draw. I know I couldn't draw them, and
Mhm.
those look
they're
pretty good to me.
excellent.
So,
yeah,
but
it's true. She has a very thoughtful expression, kind of poignance there.
yeah, the kind of gaze looking off,
Mhm.
pretty. It says a lot.
It does. It really does. The following two images are by Aragon. Sorry. It's a month-long art challenge that they gave to themselves. The first is Shayla, the artist's very first Guild Wars 2 character. They said, I planned her ever since the game was confirmed. I mean, that's a long time ago. I even designed her following the old Asura designs, and when I got the game, I made her as accurate as possible. I've only changed her hairstyle once, but I've changed her armor a lot because she's a nerd and loves to collect armor skins and other geeky stuff. The Sylvari Hound is her pet, Hottie. And I love Fern Hound, so I'm
Yeah.
a fan of that.
I like it. It almost looks like an airbrush
Mm.
technique. I'm assuming it's digital art that
Mhm.
kind of used some of those same techniques. Yeah, the expression's great.
And then juxtapose that or contrast that with this next piece, which I think has a different style. I think Aragon really shows their talent here with this one as well. This is called The Biggest Jerk. The Biggest Jerk is the three-headed mutant worm in Triple Trouble, and I've got to agree, as many times as I've tried Triple Trouble, I have failed far more often than I have succeeded.
Yeah, it's not easy. You gotta coordinate.
Yeah, large groups, 3 spots. I keep hoping they'll revamp it so it's easier for me, but no, it's well done. It's very well done. But this is a lovely piece. I love
Yeah.
that.
Well, and it's funny. I think the first time I tried with just a group of random people on a server to
Mhm.
do it, I had no idea. I mean, sure, I work here, but I didn't work on that content, and there were probably like, I don't know, 50 or 100 people all doing the event. It was crazy, and of course I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I died very
Were you
quickly.
dead? Yeah,
and I
were
was
you
like,
dead often?
they had to carry me so far throughout that thing, and finally, like, next time you might want to do TeamSpeak or maybe read up on what you should be doing, because I was just all over the place. And obviously impressing everyone with my ArenaNet tag.
Suddenly, halfway through, the ArenaNet tag disappears.
Yeah, I somehow disconnected. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a fun one, but challenging, and I love this piece. So thank you for sharing your art challenge with us, Aragon. That's great. Jill has, I think my battery's going out here on this thing because it's not wanting to change.
Oh,
Let's
there
see.
we go.
There we
Whoa.
go. Oh, no, don't go past. Yeah. It's definitely a battery problem. So sorry, you guys, but we're working through it here. This is Jill's character portraits. They actually shared 3 of them, and I love them so much. Again, a difference in personality, or as I always joke, a serenality, because they don't want to be called persons. And then, of course, Nevermore on the left. Love that.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I need to put some time into crafting one of my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I don't know. That's my favorite staff.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
The
Me
effects
too.
on it, and it's cool.
And it's got ravens. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Yeah, those are really lovely pieces, though. I like the expression and kind of just the pose
Yeah.
of everything. It's just it's very nice.
I do as well. Very beautiful. Thank you for sharing these, Jill. Let's see now, then we'll give you this. We gave you a sneak peek earlier, and here it is back again. It's Fernhound in the Snow by Jasmine Law. I think Jasmine might be a professional sculptor, but you can see the quality of this work and how beautifully it's done. Bobby and I were talking about it. I was thinking it might be about the size of a hand's breadth. I'm not sure, but it is in the snow, and it is looking adorable. I have a thing, like I said earlier, for fernhounds, I admit it, and I think this is just beautifully done. What do you
Yeah, do
think?
we know what it's made of? Is that
We don't.
yeah, I
Jill-
can't tell if is it like hand sculpted or is it 3D printed or is
I
it
believe
clay?
it's hand sculpted, but I don't know the materials.
Sure.
But that would be really interesting. Jasmine, if you share again in the future, we'd love to know. What are you using to make these wonderful pieces?
Yeah, it's a really nice piece.
It looked great on my desk. Oh, nope, didn't say that. Okay, and moving to the next. And, there we go. Roxanne here is by Ari Watoi, and this is the artist's second necromancer, and they say it's clearly a fashionable lady.
You can tell by the hands.
You can.
Nobody does that without being fancy.
That's very fancy, yes. And the expression, she's got a lot of pride. Almost a little haughty, but still quite beautiful. This piece was created using Paint Tool SAI and was cleaned up in Photoshop. So that's good to know. Nice when we get that info. It's inspiration for other artists. So moving from the lovely to the less than lovely, we have our Professor Marduk by Vargorm. And that guy, I can see why he calls him the old grump. I mean, look at the facial expression.
He looks happy to be there. He's very happy.
That guy has never cracked a smile. Not in his entire life, I swear. The Asura Necromancer has been the subject of other works by this artist, and it's a character that Vargorm plays. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's
it's really cool line work. And is that a dragon behind?
I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking it's my first thought was Morty. I don't know. Could be Claude Jormet. Could be any of our guys.
Yeah,
but
it's cool.
it's really beautiful. Nicely done. Over here, we have Happy Tama. This is Coralia, and it was created as a player commission. Coralia wields their legendary bow, Kudzu. God, I love Kudzu. Oh my God, it's the best. Well, Dreamer's the best. I don't know. I like them both. And now I want the tiger bow too. But this is Kudzu, and Coralia is accompanied by their pet tiger lily. The first thing that popped out at me when I saw this was the tiger.
Yeah.
It's just like, boom, beautiful. But all of it is beautiful, really. Do you have a legendary?
I do. I have what's the rainbow staff?
Oh, gosh. Bifrost.
Bifrost?
Yeah, Bifrost.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
right.
for that reminder.
Yeah, that's
yeah, that's what
Bifrost.
I have, but I really want Nevermore.
Yeah.
I just need to dedicate the time
You
to
do.
do it.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. And it'd be a good combination, those two. Being able to flip them, kind of going from light to dark. Yeah, I like it. I like that idea. Demi-Dom created this duo. It's an image of Shadrell and the Mistress of Strife, and Isla, Squire of Agony. I liked it. It caught my eye because of the colors and the expressions, but also it made me think of like collectible figurines on a stand.
Yeah.
And
See a lot of those around the around the studio.
We really do.
A lot of collectors here.
You kind of wonder about like some of those desks where they've got like this whole set, and like I wouldn't want to move.
Well, that's the funny thing, because our desks are on wheels, and sometimes we need to go to help other teams out. That's got to be a nightmare to to wheel around the place.
And to dust.
Yeah.
Dust around, yeah, for sure. I use a little can of air because I have my froggy collection in my area, and I use this little can of air and kind of gently, and then I get things all tidied and spiffed up.
I just have bags of chips. I somehow collect chips, and
when your favorite one comes out, you grab one.
You got to, right?
Mhm.
Gotta get them Doritos.
It's true. Yeah, me too. Are you going for the blue Doritos?
I mix it up. Once in a while, I go for the nacho cheese.
Yeah,
Other
stick
times
with the
there's
nacho cheese because I'm going to do the Cool Ranch thing. No.
But today I'm being healthy. I've got the baked ruffles.
Very good. Very good. Matt Lara made this character lineup. They did one in 2012 and decided to revisit doing either the same characters. I'm not quite sure. The same characters, or maybe doing a new mix-up of their current characters. They are named Lobelia, Iron, Jocasta, and Dahlia. And Matt got his start in doing digital art by being a Guild Wars 2 fan. So I think that's really awesome that our game was an inspiration for them to get into and now do other games and other fantasy themes. It's cool, huh?
Yeah, no, I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. We have a really great art department and a lot of really talented people in there, and I'm not surprised, but I think I'm very, I think it's awesome that there are fans out there who are inspired by the work that people do here, because they do really awesome stuff. And I really like this picture. I think it really, you can kind of tell aside from just the subject matter, but even the color palette and everything else, there's a lot of homage being paid to the source material.
It's true. It's very nice. This is a piece by We Are Dragon Slayer. I love that name. And it's Ready for Trouble. We, if I may, says, the title of the art is Ready for Trouble, and it presents Alicia, their little thief and now daredevil, who is ready for the next battle and ready to make trouble. She's a really cute little face, huh?
Yeah. Well, and like the other one had that shape of a snow globe, that's a Fabergé egg. Or an Easter egg.
It really is. It really is. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, that's great. This next one is a treat. It was brought to my attention by totally one of our team members, and I really like this idea. What the artist did was they took a love that they have for nature films. Maybe it's a Nat Geo special or another science channel or something where it's a nature special about going out into the jungle or going to the Amazon basin or something like that. But they brought it into Guild Wars, and they did a series called Life on Tyria, and they've done 3 so far. This one we're going to show you a few minutes of. It's about 8 minutes long, so we'll show you a couple minutes. It features the sloth, but they've also done one on the quagga, of course, thank goodness, and on mushrooms, which I got to tell you, Bobby, is a lot more interesting than you would think it is, because I was like, mushrooms, okay. Watched it, loved it. So you can see more on YouTube or on our Tumblr page. Look for Life on Tyria, and let's take just a little taster, maybe a couple of minutes of this one.
The Maguma jungle is vast, dense and impenetrable. There are areas that no outsider will ever see, and creatures no scholar will ever classify. After the defeat of the jungle dragon Mordramoth, vast quantities of magic were released into the surrounding jungle. The impact this magic had as it seeped into the flora and fauna was dramatic. Out of the chaos emerged the sloths, hulking beasts with glowing vermilion eyes mutated by the magic and the New World Order now the dragon was dead. Not much is known about the sloths. Most who try to study them only get so far before fleeing for their lives. Some of the elite soldiers of Pact forces still venture deep into the northern Maguma jungle and have come face to face with a gigantic beast. Nicknamed Slothosaur, this creature offered a rare opportunity to understand aspects of sloth life. They are assumed to be mammals, warm-blooded, with a coat of reddish-brown fur. Their faces are marked with white, and their mouths are lined with giant fangs. Their sinister glowing eyes are presumed to be a side effect of magic absorption. What other aspects of sloth physiology have been changed by this phenomenon are as yet unknown. Their front limbs are heavily muscled, and if provoked, the sloth will pound the ground with its fists and crush its attacker. They may also breathe fire, sending out a gout of flame several times the length of their body in an attempt to defend themselves. Not surprisingly, the giant sloth spend most of their time asleep. Those who have fought Slothosaur comment on its tendency to lapse into fits of narcolepsy, burying its head in its paws and descending into unconsciousness. Because of their bulk, sleeping like this conserves energy. They are easily the fiercest creatures in this part of the jungle, and they need not worry about being alert and awake for predators. Slothosaur lives in a cave alongside another creature. These are slublings, a moniker chosen because of the way these animals resemble both a sloth and a grub. When tales of these slublings reached central Tyria, many scholars suggested these slubs were indeed insect larvae that had developed a special form of camouflage called mimicry. By taking on the visage of the much more terrifying sloth, they could dissuade predators from attacking them. However, new evidence has arisen that suggests the relationship between the sloth and the slub is far more complex.
Is that fun?
That's awesome. I need to watch more of that.
Yeah. It's go look for it on YouTube. Good work. Good work. Thank you for sharing that.
Very cool.
Here's another piece this is by forum member Cold. Cold's also known as Rabbit. And they made a piece of Leosi, the Asuran druid who enjoys commanding her pets to fight while she gathers carrots. You can see more of Cold's work in the community creations subforum. I really like the face and the eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the two different, I'm assuming it's two, maybe three different styles of characterization on there. What is that called? Chibi or something?
The chibi, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I murdered.
Yeah, I think you're right. It might
word.
be
Sorry.
chibi. I always say chibi.
I have
but yeah.
no idea, but I
Yeah.
do like the that stylized drawing on on the cat, because cats are just, they run the world. Yeah, no, that's a really, really cool piece.
Thanks for sharing, Cole. We'll look for more on the forums. Now this is by Dakota the Draw, and I like the Drow. Sorry, Dakota the Drow, and this is Kibe. A little story here. Chronic insomnia prompted him to sneak out of his Farrar to visit the mama devourers in the nearby hatchery. Their soft clicking noises had a calming effect on him. Due to his strangeness, he had a hard time getting along with the other cubs, and his two closest friends were his devourers, Sherp and Shore. He believes devourers are the greatest creatures ever and flatly refuses to fight alongside anyone else. The artist calls him a scrawny little ranger with a lot of sarcasm and a very big heart.
So he likes to play with bugs, and he loves turtleneck sweaters.
Yeah, that's a good phrasing right there.
It's
I like
on
it.
his Tinder profile. I don't know.
Yeah, it is right. It's on Facebook.
Must
These are
love
my-
devourers. Must love bugs.
Yep, long walks on the beach and turtlenecks.
Yeah, that's right.
Super. This is a really evocative piece, I think. This is Sarian Aries. I didn't have a title. I called it Frozen Dead Forest because they referred to that in their notes. Luki and their Sylvari Guardian and Ida Kinizuki's Sylvari Mesmer went on an adventure into this spooky and foreboding forest. If they didn't die of hypothermia or at the hands of the spawner, they frolic in the forest even now. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It took me a while to see all the details in this.
Oh, totally. Yeah, there's a lot in there. The silhouettes of the characters. I just love that low angle, and the kind of like backlighting and the highlights. It's really cool.
Beautiful piece. Beautiful. This is Reverie of Gods piece, named Bloody Imperator. Imperator? What do you think?
Imperator, but
Imperator. I think you might be right. Yep.
I am often wrong about those things.
When you only read a word and you make up the pronunciation in your head, and then you go, there might be a different way of saying this.
That's why I always go to Merriam-Webster.
Yeah,
They have a
and
little
listen
robo
to it.
voice that
Yeah.
that pronounces it for you.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Yeah, I think she's super sweet. Love the colors, face.
Yeah, it's cool. And I mentioned this the other day that it reminded me of the Nestle Quick Rabbit.
I
the
have to
Strawberry
say,
Quick.
it does. It really does.
Not saying that this belongs on a box of powdered drink mix, but it's what it reminded me of. I'm sorry. I'm old.
It's a pink.
Yeah, it is the pink and the ears.
It's beautiful.
It's a very nice piece.
And this picture by Koi Powers, this is called Shiny, and made me kind of revisit my thoughts about the script, because I always thought of him as being dirty and dusty and scruffy and kind of scrawny. And this guy, well, he is kind of scrawny.
Buff.
But
look at those guns.
It's true. It's true.
Well
you know?
groomed. I mean,
And he is. He's
shining beacon of what the script can
he's a
can
model,
be. Yeah, a model
of beacon.
bottle thrower
Yep. Well, he's a
and thief.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, as always, yeah. I like that. So thank you for sharing that, Koi. It's wonderful. Really well done. I even like the little shadowing under his feet.
Yeah.
It's super good. Taylor Zilla offered us this one. This is called, they called it their GW2 salad. It's a pave lilia. I like the colors and the facial expression.
Yeah, you're a big fan of purple, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing it today, but yeah, just a little bit. So this one caught my eye, but not for the color so much as that face. It's just charming.
Yeah.
Just really charming. You can find more on Taylor Zilla, the Taylor Zilla, at deviantart.com. Over here, Lunara, who admits to being completely obsessed with Aureen, made this as a figurine or a couldn't quite decide. Should I make it a keychain? Should I make it a pendant? And it's about 2 inches, and I'm going with pendant because I think keychain would be damaged.
Yeah, that would get wrecked in somebody's pocket. But even if it didn't, just the fact that there clearly was a lot of work put into it, you would want to show that off, and not just when you're looking for a bottle opener or trying to unlock your car, that kind of thing.
Totally. It's just beautiful. Just darling. You keep on with this interest. Share other Aureen pieces with us, Lenora.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Larachi offers Professor Oakleaf. It's a very nice pen and ink image, and the first thing that came to me when I saw it was, I don't know why, it's like a hipster Sylvari.
Yeah, if John Lennon were a Sylvari.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, imagine, never mind, I won't go into
Yeah.
puns, but yeah, imagine that, yeah. It's super good. I've heard that pen and ink drawings are some of the most difficult to make, to get the dimensions, and you can't rely on color and shading so much. It's
That's
right
why I stick to crayons.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do anything else.
There you go. This is Commander Letty's wonderfully detailed portrait of Asura that is titled, "Okay, where's Malik?" Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. Bobby, I'm not going to ask, but we wrap up stories. Maybe we'll talk about Malik in the future. I love the details. Beautifully drawn hair, ears, eyepiece.
Yeah, that is some serious hair.
Yeah. Maybe a toupee.
Do we actually have
No.
a hairstyle like that?
I have not seen that hairstyle.
That's cool.
It's beautiful.
I do like the fact that it looks very like brush strokey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It almost looks like, I'm assuming that's also like a digital
I think
painting,
it's digital.
but it looks very very painterly, as they say
It does.
in the biz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool piece. Also, that that Asura needs some sleep. There's clearly something keeping him or her up at night.
So true. So true. This is Don's sketches, Guild Wars 2 characters, and this is the chibi. I'm going to say, I've always just said chibi, but it's a word I've read. I think it's chibi style. I think they're just adorable.
It's very cute.
Love it. And over here we have Kai 7, again, featuring totally different piece. This guy, I called him a real charmer. Caught in a pensive pose.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to go for it. I'm sorry, I made you pause, though, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to stop. Bobby's just going to be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, is the show almost over yet?
Yeah, pretty much. And we are wrapping up pretty soon, so I will hold off now and bring you this next one. I thought this was really beautiful, though. Love the shading.
Is it charcoal or, again, digital meant to look like it? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know the medium, but yeah, I like it so much. Focus on the face.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Well, and the mane or the hair, the fact that it's has less detail than the face itself really makes the face stand out.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It's really well done. Pippin made us this 3D image of Aurene. I thought at first, I got all excited. I thought it was a figurine. But it's actually a 3D image. I think it's beautifully done. They said they went for a little more simplified version with a sort of cartoony painted texture style.
Yeah, so when we do the Saturday morning series with
Aurene,
it may look like that.
Yeah, super cute.
We're not doing that, by the way.
No, that's not. That wasn't a revelation. That was just speculated. Chit chat, just chat. This is, I wanted to share just a couple of Valentine images. We'll have a Valentine show next year in February. There were so many wonderful submittals. It's proof positive, though. When you see them next year, it'll be proof positive that we do go back and look for your art. We go back sometimes years and years. So all those wonderful things that you submitted in mid-February and through today, you can submit in July, you can submit in November, whenever you want to submit a piece of art in consideration of a holiday or a celebration or just straight out art. Do that, please, because we do mine our resources very thoroughly. This first piece is just called Valentine, and it's by Art Kit or Art Kit Creations. And I love the two faces.
They look so happy.
They do. It must be love. Which is cute when you see the little smiles and then these tremendous fangs. It's good work. And then the last one I wanted to share, just had to get this one in, is this is I Coos You, and it's by our friend Corina Angelis. Made the blue and the pink, so you have a choice.
Very nice.
Super cute. And that makes me think that that kind of thing is an excellent idea that might be shared on our Fan Forge. We'll talk about that in a minute. In the meantime, you all know what's coming. It's March. What comes after March but April? Sometime in that time span, generally, we look for the Super Adventure Festival. Yay! So, we're not making an announcement yet about dates or times, but it's an annual festival because we've already said that bit. And let's see this little taster here. This is by Jeremy, a.k.a. Terminal Montage. They made a little trailer called Super Adventure Festival. So let's see that. It'll be great. Is that fun or what? I loved it. Yeah, it's super good. I want to thank you for being here this month.
Pleasure.
It's fantastic to have you. And I've been wanting to have Bobby on the show. He's been super busy, but we managed to nab a little time. And you had the pleasure of his company here for a while. And I'm gonna break into what I'm kind of thinking of is the community news section of the show, if you will. First of all, you all know about Guild Wars being partners with We Love Fine, and you know that they're featuring some of our fan art, and I get to show you some of it that's been offered lately and give you a preview. First piece I wanted to share is this lovely t-shirt. Super beautiful art, and this was done by a fan. Any fan whose work is submitted and is accepted and made, they get a commission on each piece that's sold, which I like so much. The second piece is this beautiful mouse pad. Is this wonderful? Look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I love that. Yeah. Mouse pad. And the third piece I wanted to share is this hoodie. It's Quaggan, our signature Quaggans. You know, you can expect that we're going to do something or many things with Quaggans and with Irene and our other signature things. And this is a preview. I had got permission to show this to you. It's not yet in the store, but it will be. Ta-da! Yes, it is a Quaggan. As I mentioned, we never fail to mine that mine because we got so many good things out of Quaggans, and they are so adorable and well loved. So just remember that you too can submit your art. Go to We Love Fine. There is a, Mark's going to share how to get there. You go to the shop, you go here to merchandise, and then you go to the Guild Wars 2 Fan Forge, and you can submit your art. You can also vote. You can vote on art that is submitted by other people, and maybe there's something that you particularly would like us to make. Let us know, and through this system you can let us know, and also share your own art as well. We welcome you to do that any old time. It's the best system that I've heard of for a game company to acknowledge artists and get really, really cool merch out there for our players. So I'm really happy with that one. You can also submit your art, don't forget, anytime on Tumblr. Use GW2 Fan Submission, please, for the hashtag, or on our forums. And we do pull from those for every Community Showcase Live, for every Community Showcase blog post, and many other times throughout the year. Wanted to mention that Guild Mag has their annual issue up. It's really good stuff, so go to guildmag.com. There's a new podcast out called Hosts of Ascalon. Love the name because the book is Ghosts of Ascalon. I thought that was super clever. And it is brought to you by what they call two fans and a grump. You'll recognize the folks, I think, when you listen in. Go to their site, Hosts of Ascalon, and listen to their podcast if you're so inclined. The next show date will be shared on social media, probably on blog post, on the forums. Be sometime, as it always is, in mid-April, and it will be almost certainly on a Wednesday at noon Pacific. So look for that date, forum, social, and we'll let you know when we're coming up with the April show. And I want to invite you to stay tuned because we are going to do a code giveaway. We're moving into that time of the year where Easter happens, and miniature eggs just seem to be the perfect thing to give away. So we're going to do that following this wrap up here, and you just stay tuned, enjoy those miniature eggs, and let us know what you got. And in the meantime, we'll see you next month. Look for you on Tumblr, look for you on the forums, and in the meantime, keep creating.